All right, girls. Well, tonight is our first new coach or refocusing mentoring call. So I'm really excited to be starting these on every Tuesday. I'm going to be going over some things to share with you guys, some things that you should be focusing on, some key points that you really want to narrow in and focus on, and then also ask each of you to share a little bit about what your goals are, maybe what you're struggling with for that week, and then we can kind of go from there to help you really focus and grow your business. So I believe all of you on the call are personally sponsored coaches, but for those of you who don't know who I am Corri Mayo. I am the founder and CEO of Team Living Healthy and Fit. So welcome all of you to the call. This call, as you grow your team, these mentoring calls are completely open to the entire downline. So these aren't just for my personally sponsored coaches. So I encourage you as you grow your team to invite your coaches to participate in these calls as well, okay? So tonight, I really wanted to go over the importance of your why. When you're starting out as a new coach, usually our why is like, well, I want to help people, or I want to pay it forward, or you maybe want to earn a little extra income, and that's okay. Those are good reasons to start this business. But if you really, really want to impact people's lives, you really maybe want to replace your full-time income, reduce some of the stress in your life, and make this a big thing in your life, your why is going to have to be bigger than just helping people or just paying it forward. Those are great things, but to really push yourself outside of your comfort zone and to do really big things in life, you need to really hone in on something that makes you either really mad. So maybe your current situation, you hate working 60 hours a week, you hate your job, you don't feel appreciated, something that makes you mad and makes you want to do something right now about it, or something that makes you cry, like it makes you so happy to imagine yourself having the freedom of your time, having the freedom to be able to be with your children, the financial freedom so that you aren't, living paycheck to paycheck and worried about if you can pay your bills this month. All of those things are going to be a stronger reason to really push you forward in this business and help you to step outside of your comfort zone. Because you guys, let's be honest, you can do this and make it a hobby, and that's perfectly fine. If that's what you see for yourself, that's absolutely fine. But if you see something bigger for yourself and you see yourself impacting a lot of people's lives and helping them to make changes in their life and inspiring them and making this a full-time income and being able to retire at a reasonable age so that you can actually enjoy life and not just live the rat race that everybody lives every single day trying to make ends meet, then it's going to have to be something bigger. So for me, when I first started, my why, it's absolutely changed, and that's fine if yours morphs over time. That is typically going to happen because you're going to start reaching different goals. But when I first started, my why is because I was scared to death that if I didn't change the path that I was on, that my son was going to grow up without his mother, that the health that my husband's family is in, and if I didn't make those changes, that he was going to grow up without me. And like, that brings tears in my eyes now. Like, that's terrifying to me that I was not going to be here for him because I was headed on a really poor path with my health and my nutrition. So it was to be healthy for him and to feel confident in myself again and know that I could be that mom for him. I was more than just eating food and sitting on the couch. I wanted to be an inspiring role model. I wanted to not just tell him, like, we were buying all the expensive organic food for him, but then going to McDonald's. Like, how stupid is that? Like, you have to practice what you preach, right? So we're doing all those things for him, but not for ourselves. So that was my why at first. And then it changed into more of what my why is now. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I have a pretty cake job. I work for my family. I get to take my kids to work with me. I work with horses, which is my other passion. Like, that's all amazing. But it's not on my own terms. I still have to ask for a vacation. I still have to go in when I don't want to. I had 2 days off. I was home for 1 day after being in the hospital and had to go into work because things don't run. After I had Beckett, sorry, I kind of probably lost you there. 1 day after I had Beckett, I was sitting at my desk because things do not run unless I'm there. So the stress load that I carry, even if I do get to go on vacation, it's not fun, you guys. Like, that's not the life that I want to live. I want to be able to have the freedom of finances and to travel and be home with my family and just be able to be rather than be on somebody else's time. So I really encourage you to set some time aside, make sure it's quiet, you don't have a lot of distractions around you, and really hone in on what you want this to mean for you. You know, what do you see this being possible and making possible in your life? And believe that no matter how big and scary it is, you can absolutely do it. You just have to take action and take steps to move forward for that. So that's kind of a little bit on our whys and what we want to identify there. The next I wanted to kind of touch on is the vital behaviors that we need to be consistent to grow our business. So I'm sure that most of you have already heard that the vital behaviors are personal development, inviting, and then being a product of the product. Okay. So personal development is huge and should be number one. Okay. The personal development is going to help you to build confidence. It's going to help you to talk to people. It's going to help you to step outside of your comfort zone and just to really kind of build that confidence within yourself and that belief within yourself. Because usually the reason we're afraid to invite people or we're afraid of people saying no or creating that consistency in our life and making this a priority is because we're not doing personal development. I will be perfectly honest with you. My business struggled for the first 18 to 24 months because I thought I don't really need that. Like, I manage things pretty well. I don't really need that. You absolutely need that, because there's going to be times that you doubt yourself or that you hear too many no's in a week or something like that, and it brings you down. So you need to make sure you're plugging into that personal development every single day, 10 minutes a day. Like, you can listen to it in the shower. There's really no reason that you can't do personal development. You may not have a lot of extra time to sit and read a book for 20 or 30 minutes, but I guarantee you can put on a podcast that's absolutely free and listen to it while you're cooking, listen to it while you're in the shower, listen to it while you're doing your workout, listen to it in the car. There's seriously so much time in the day that you can listen to audio. Like, think about how many times you listen to music or you're not listening to anything or the TV's in the background. Turn it off and put on personal development for 10 minutes. It'll change your total perspective on life, and it just really helps to set your soul on fire. So personal development. The next one is being a product of the product. So obviously you're not going to go and recommend some steakhouse that you've never eaten at before because it could be horrible, right? Well, you have to be a product of the products. You have to be using our workouts. You have to be plugged into our workouts and to our community and using Shakeology and have your story so that you can share that with people. Because if we're not using it and we're just preaching, then we're salesmen. We're salespeople. I didn't sign up to be a salesperson. That's the last thing that I want to be. I'm just simply sharing with people things that have helped me to go from a girl who was super unhappy with herself, no confidence, and 60 pounds heavier than I am now, and living kind of in this negative bubble that judged people. I'm no longer that person. But I'm not going out there saying, oh, well, you should do this or you should do that. I'm just simply sharing, this is what has helped me and this is where I came from. Okay, so making sure that you're getting your workouts in. And hey, if you slip up, we're all human. Like, we all do that. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. People don't relate to somebody who thinks that they're perfect or that they're trying to be perfect or that they put on this persona that they're perfect. People relate to people who are real. Now, I'm not saying you should be posting 3 or 4 times a week that you went to Pizza Hut or that you went to McDonald's because you just didn't have time to meal prep. that's not going to work either. There's got to be a balance. But let's say you have a cheat meal and maybe you feel guilty, or maybe you're like, hey, I don't feel guilty because I did really great all week and I just had one meal and I'm not going to let that slow me down. Be honest with people and share that with them. Okay. And then the last one is inviting. So this is where, as a new coach, it can be a bit intimidating to start those conversations with people. And actually, if you are having a hard time with connecting with people, and I took a screenshot of it so I would remember what the names of the books were, you guys. I'm not just being rude and looking at my phone. So if you have a hard time starting conversations with people as a new coach, or maybe you've been a coach for a while and you still find that kind of intimidating, there's a book called Breaking the Ice. The girl didn't know the name of the author, and I don't know the name of the author of that one. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's D-A-L-E, and then his last name is C-A-R-N-E-G-I-E. So, and then of course, a couple of people suggested Chalene Johnson. Her podcasts are always amazing. But those are just a couple to help you get confident in reaching out to people and sharing with them. So there is a little bit of a fear. Another one that's really good that's not so much for breaking the ice or helping you to talk to people, but if you hear the word no, as kids we're so conditioned that no is a bad thing, that no is a negative thing, because no means you're not supposed to be doing that, right? So you automatically associate that with something negative. But in this business, the more no's you hear, the more yeses you're going to hear as well. So at first, it can kind of almost deflate you if you hear no's and you're not used to hearing no. But I'm here to tell you those no's, seriously, I cannot tell you enough. Those no's are not no's, not right now. They're not no's forever. They're just no's, not right now. I'm looking at 4 faces right now who told me no more than on one occasion, and they're here right now. So proof in the pudding, you guys. It's sometimes just not a right fit for somebody at the time, and that's okay. It's not about you. It's not something that you did wrong or that you're doing wrong. It's just maybe not a good fit, or something else is going on in their life. So believe in yourself and believe that what you're offering people, this health and happiness and teaching them to lead a healthier lifestyle, it's not a cancer. This isn't something we should be ashamed of. This is something that we're spreading inspiration with people and sharing real life instead of, oh, here, take this pill and still eat crap and still feel like crap and not change your lifestyle. So be proud of that and stay confident with that, and make sure that you're inviting people, because if we aren't physically reaching out to people and inviting them to join us in this, either the coaching opportunity or into a challenge group, the answer is always no, because we're not asking. So make sure that you're inviting and making that a priority every single day too, okay? And then the last little bit that I wanted to touch on is Success Club and hitting success starters. So for those of you who are new, when you reach Success Club, your first 3 months, so Success Club 5, and we'll talk about what that is here in just a second, but reaching Success Club 5 at minimum, for your first 3 months as a coach, you earn a free ticket to Summit. You also earn a call with our CEO, Carl Deichler, and you get the recognition of being a success starter, which is really amazing, because it probably took me 6 months, if not longer, to become Emerald, and then after that, I dropped it right away. I didn't hold it for very long. So hitting that and rank advancing and hitting those Success Club points every single month is so vital to growing your business and to help build your confidence. Once you start building that confidence and you enroll a couple challenge packs, or you enroll a couple coaches, then you start to gain momentum because you're feeling confident and you can share with people, other people's results that you're helping and things like that. So reaching Success Starters and Success Club every single month should be non-negotiable and something that you're shooting for every single month. So to reach Success Club, that is simply just a measuring tool that Beachbody uses to show us how we're doing in our business, to show us that we are growing and that we are, look, majority of you probably started this business or started this journey to inspire others, to share your journey, to inspire others and help others, right? So by hitting Success Club 5, that's helping 3 people a month, just 3 people. So by hitting that, we're staying committed to what we said we were going to do, to inviting people and sharing that inspiration in a life of health with other people. So the ways that you can reach Success Club, like I said, it's helping 3 people if you hit Success Club 5. And when you share a challenge pack with a new customer, you get 2 Success Club points for their initial order. And then when you share Shakeology on HD, it can't be a one-time order, it has to be on HD, you earn Success Club 1. You earn 1 point for that for their initial order as well. So you're helping 3 new people every single month, and you're reaching that Success Club 5. Now, let's do the math. If you sold Shakeology on HD to 3 people, we're obviously at Success Club 3. But the truth is, I can probably count on one hand last year, I probably maybe 1 or 2 that did just Shakeology on HD by itself. The majority of the time you're going to be sharing a challenge pack with people. And the reason for that is because they get a workout program, they get the meal plan, and they get the Shakeology. And a lot of times, the 21-day fix, it's only $10 more to get the program included with the Shakeology. So it just makes more sense to do the whole package because, yes, if you dial in your nutrition and you're drinking Shakeology, you're going to lose weight, especially initially if you have a considerable amount of weight to lose. But doing the workouts and doing the whole package together is what is going to release your endorphins, make you feeling good, having you feeling confident and really moving forward and getting the best results that you can get. So that's Success Club. If you guys have questions, I'm actually going to open it and just see if you girls have any questions. And then I would like to just quickly go over what your goals are for this next week so that we can share that and hold each other accountable for our next call, okay? So you're all muted, and I'm not going to unmute you all because I know that one of our girls is out and about, and it looks like Sarah's cruising around doing something too. So I don't want it to get super loud on the call. But you can simply unmute yourself if you have a question, and then we'll open it up into some goal setting, okay? Don't everybody do it at once. All right, Tatiana, I'm going to call on you. I'm going to put the spotlight on you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any questions, my dear?
Actually, I was wondering if there's any podcast that you recommend.
Did I recommend? So,
yeah, I'm
definitely Chalene Johnson, because she's amazing and she has a ton of them. I don't listen to podcasts all that often because I usually listen to audibles, but I know that Lori really likes Hal Elrod, which is H-A-L, and then Elrod is E-L-R-O-D. But let me look at my phone and I will tell you, because I know there's a couple I've downloaded too. But I search like success when I'm looking. I have one here that's Achieve Your Goals. That's a Hal Elrod too. So I downloaded a few of his. I know a lot of people really like Shaun T, listening to his podcasts.
I love him.
Yeah. So that's a couple, but I would just search whatever. Here's the thing, like doing personal development at first, pretty much just dive into personal development. And then as you go along in your business, like kind of be honest with yourself and think, what are you struggling with? Like, are you struggling with time management? Are you struggling with connecting with people? Are you struggling with adding to your list? What is the thing that's holding you back or that find yourself struggling with? That's what you want to dive into personal development wise, because, personal development's great. to do all around. But if you really want to grow, you have to make it intentional and really focus on what you're lacking in or what you could use some more help in. Does that make sense?
I think I definitely need to focus on just like time management.
Okay.
Right now, I just have a very loose and relaxed schedule. You know, where it's like, yeah, when I get to it, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
I really need to just dial in on what I need to do when I need to do it and just get it done.
Yeah. So I know that that's definitely something that is a struggle for stay-at-home moms and, other girls that maybe aren't moms yet, but they are working the business full-time, is making sure that they're getting their vital things done every single day. So really sitting down and making business hours for yourself. And then there's also Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy, which is a really great personal development book to help you really make sure that you're getting your priorities done every single day.
Okay.
So Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Does anybody else have any questions, or do you guys want to go right into goals? Nicole, Melissa, do you girls have questions? No? Okay. Well then, Tati, since we already have you unmuted, if you would like to, I'm going to take you girls give me your goals. So.
Okay. Well, personal development is definitely one of my goals. I really haven't done any of that. Okay. I really need to zone in on that. And I also just started doing the 21-day fix over because I haven't successfully gotten through a full 21 days of it. So I'd really like to make it through the entire program for once, finally, so I can feel like I'm actually, a product of the product.
Okay.
I need to stay committed. And then I feel like by doing that, that will give me more confidence and knowledge with inviting people and sharing programs with them. Because right now I just feel, like I'm still having a difficult time feeling confident when I speak to them. So I don't know. Does that count as goals?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that you're right on that, sometimes it's not about the business. You got to get yourself on track, because if you're not on track, how can you create that consistency and share that with others? So really making sure that you're on track yourself is going to make a huge difference. Did you just start the 21-day fix yesterday, or you're planning to start it this coming Monday?
I just started it yesterday.
Okay, perfect. So you'll be done. So we're going to hold you accountable. So you started Monday, so you'd be done on the 20th, right?
Sounds about.
Yeah, you should be done March 20th then. Okay, cool. In personal development, how much time are you going to set aside to dive into that each day?
I'm going to try to at least do 20 minutes.
Okay.
I think if I look up podcasts, it'll also depend on, how long are they usually?
It just depends. Sometimes you can split them up into sections. Sometimes they're very short, and sometimes they're up to 40 minutes. It really just depends on what the topic is and, who you're listening to. I know I've listened to a couple really short ones by Shalene, and then I've listened to some that are like 46 minutes or something like that. But it really varies. So, you can always pause it, and it holds it, at least my phone does, holds it right there until you start it back up. And then you can, let's say it's 40 minutes and you do half one day and half the next or something like that. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, girl. So we'll work on that, and then we'll make sure you get a good consistent basis this week. And then next week we'll start working on really creating some consistency and reaching out and inviting again. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, girl. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
All right. I'm gonna mute you back up. And Melissa, let's see. Ashley, you're top on the list. I'm gonna unmute you.
Okay.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Did you have any questions?
I don't. I think you answered one of them earlier, and I cannot remember what it was, but I remember being like, oh yeah, I needed. So yeah, let's see, goals. Just like Tatiana said, I need more personal development. I've been slacking because I'm doing the old-fashioned reading a book thing, and sometimes that just gets put on the back burner. And what else? I'm almost 2 weeks into 21 Day Fix, so that's good.
Nice. And you're getting rocking results already.
Yes, so that's good, and I'm still going to my regular gym routine too. But I've had a lot of good conversations, heard a lot of no, but that's okay. So I'm just trying to use my social media, learn more about it. Adding people, expanding the network, sort of situation, and making, setting a time every day, like, okay, for a half hour, I'm going to do whatever, every day sort of situation, because I'm getting swamped with school stuff come spring here. So, yeah, so that's about it, I think.
Okay, cool. Are you using like a power hour or some sort of structure so that when you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm going to focus on this for 10 minutes. And then once that time's up, I'm going to move on. And then I'm going to focus on, reaching out for 10 minutes. And then I'm going to focus on, do you have something like that going on? Or do you feel like you're just kind of sitting down and just trying to kind of wing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of wing it right now. Really just focusing on adding people and watching the training that Kelly has on site and taking notes on all that. So I guess I'm still trying to get through all the training stuff.
Okay, perfect. So what you can do is there's a couple different power hours in our files tab. And I would definitely encourage you to sit down with some focus when you do sit down, even if it's for a half an hour, just kind of shorten those times. And make sure that you're adding to your list is really, really great, but you also want to make sure that you're reaching out and building connections with people and starting those conversations. So, setting 10 minutes, let's say you're sitting down for 30 minutes, let's put 10 minutes to adding people, 10 minutes to reaching out and starting new conversations with 3 to 5 brand new people, or, people that are on your list but you haven't spoken with in a while, and then another 10 minutes with inviting 3 to 5 people. When you start increasing your numbers and being consistent every single day, you'll start to see that those no's will start to disappear with some yeses. And people will say, well, I just really can't this month, but I'd really love to next month. Those type of people, because you're inviting more people. So if something like that, and if you need help kind of creating something, like I said, there's some in our files tab that are really, really great. But if you need some help creating that structure, just let me know.
Okay, yeah, I'll look at in the files tab. Yeah, I have 2 girls saying that, not this group, but the next one. And I'm like, okay, cool. So.
Yeah, awesome. So just remind them, when it comes time, just reach back out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you find yourself getting discouraged when you hear the no's, or have you, maybe not right now, but did you feel like you were discouraged when you heard the no's?
At first, but then my previous sales job kicked in and I was like, no, it's fine. Like, it's just, it's not the right time. It's no big deal. Just follow up later. So I'm keeping like a spreadsheet of, like when I talk to people and then when I follow up and everything like that. So, it's not, like you said, it's not no forever. It's just, and I understand people have lives and things going on. So like my friend's going on vacation and she's like, I don't want to start a program where I'm going to be gone for like a week,
Right.
So and that makes sense. So, you just follow back up and keep rocking it. So
Yeah, awesome. Okay. If you start to find yourself getting discouraged, and this is for any of you, go for no. It's like an hour and 20 minute or hour and 15-minute audio. If you do the audio, that's what I personally did. But it's Go for No by Richard Fenton, and it's Fenton. That is an amazing book. but the audio is super short. Like I've listened to it a couple times. I listened to it while I was painting our basement and, just silly stuff like that. But it's a really great book because it's a reminder that the more no's you get, the more yeses you will get. So if you find yourself struggling with that, definitely look into getting that book.
Gotcha.
Okay. And how much time would you say you're going to commit to doing the personal development, Ash?
Probably 15, 20 minutes a day. I'm trying to figure out some sort of audio book that I can, listen to on my, ride to school or whatnot, so I can get more in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you do podcasts, you can listen to those because those are free. And if you girls don't already know this, if you download Audibles from Amazon, you get it free for 30 days. It's a membership thing, but you get it free for 30 days and they give you 2 credits. So you get to download 2 books for free. And then if you cancel your membership, those 2 books stay on your account so you can continue to listen to those over and over and over as many times as you want. So definitely take advantage of that. And if you keep on with it, you could, I actually canceled mine for a while and then I just signed back up for it. So, it's always nice when you can get stuff like that for free. Definitely check into that.
Okay.
Okay. All right, girl. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Melissa, I'm going to come to you next because I'm just going to go straight down the line.
Okay.
All right, girl. Did you have any other questions other than sharing that video?
No. I'm just really trying to work my way through the trainings and the online office. I spent some time in there today. I owe you a couple of things already on my list and my solid why. I have been talking to people, not necessarily an official invite, but just kind of reconnecting with people that I already know. That I might not talk to regularly. So just trying to engage in nothing about this really. Well, one person it's come up now, but just really trying to reconnect and show interest in, so working on that. And I do have that book, Eat the Frog, actually, and I've just barely started it. So I think that would be a good one for me to work through. And that's a short book for anybody else who's thinking that reading is too time consuming. It's not that big, and you could probably it has all these activities that you do as you read, so do probably 1 chapter a day. I think that's what I'll try to do, 1 chapter a day.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so Melissa's brand new. She just signed up with us like 4 or 5 days ago. So that's awesome. You keep on working on those couple things we talked about last night, and you're going to do some personal development as well and keeping those conversations up and going. So that's great.
And I guess my thing is working a program right now, as pregnant as I am, I'm working out each day, and maybe that's just good enough. I don't know if I could do a whole program right now.
Yeah, and that's okay. I would just share, you've been using the programs for a while, so it's nothing new to you. You do have experience with the products. I would just, kind of like Meg did, just make sure that you're fueling yourself with good, clean, whole foods and sharing that with people, and that you are doing your workouts, but you're maybe modifying and being careful for you and baby, and that's perfectly fine because that's what you have to do at this stage. So I think that that's very, very acceptable.
Okay.
Cool?
Yep.
All right, girl. Thank you. All right. I'm going to put her on mute, and then I'm going to come to you, Miss Nicole.
All right.
How you doing, girl?
I'm all right. Sorry, the kids are in the background, so.
No, that's all right. So do you have any questions for us before you share what your goals are for this week?
I don't think so. Like, I kind of blow up your phone, but it's more of sometimes when I get in a situation, being guided through, like, okay, what would be a good way to not blow it? But I don't think so. I think it's going along right now. So.
Okay. Just, you're not going to blow it. You might word vomit on a couple people when you first start. We all do it because you're just trying to find how to talk to people and get comfortable with sharing with them, and that's okay. It happens. So try not to worry about that too much. Just when you sit down at the computer with intentions or with your phone and you're responding to people, as long as your intentions stay that you are trying to help them and you're trying to inspire them and you're just simply sharing what is working well for you, it'll come across that way, okay? When we sit down at the computer with intentions like, oh crap, I gotta reach Success Club, or I need to make this paycheck, or whatever, you're gonna come across as pushy and salesy, and then people go like this. But if you really have those intentions, and I know that you do because you really wanna help teach people, when you sit down with those intentions, that's how you're going to come across. So just try and be confident in yourself and you'll find your voice. You know, we all have to go through those kind of struggles of finding what works and what doesn't, and your voice is going to be different than mine. So just be confident in yourself and sharing with them. And, you know, I absolutely don't mind helping. So just do your best to, you know, share your experience and what's working well for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so what are your goals for this upcoming week? Oh, by the way, Nicole has been a coach for less than a month, and she reached Success Club her first month, so I'm super excited for her.
And really, that's, I guess, what I'm working on is my group starts on Monday.
Yeah.
So trying to get everything in line of, okay, how am I going to, you know, what am I going to do daily? How do I make sure to keep myself accountable and to check in with them and get those posts going. And, you know, you shared some things of how to pre-send posts. But really, for me this week, it's getting that stuff lined up and ready to go. Because I wanted to have them join a couple days early, so if they had questions regarding prepping or things that they needed to do ahead of time, I could help with that.
Okay, perfect. And I think we already talked about this, but you do know that there's like the posts in our files tab as well, that there's several different templates of the 21-day fix. So it literally tells you like your first 3 days of prep, like what you could post and share with them. And then day 1 through day 21, different tips and helping to keep them accountable, just like you have experienced in the groups that you've been in. So there's several different versions of that in our files tab. So that way you don't have to, your first group, go out and like find all the content yourself. And feel free to make it your own, but also know that it's there for you so that you don't, you know, feel like you have to come up with all the content yourself. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. Having a outline script, you know, in a sense, helps just give an idea of, okay, I could be doing it this way. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. And are you currently doing any personal development?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, kind of a little bit of background of being a manager. I mean, we're constantly some kind of book or doing something to move forward. So I feel that's something I've already incorporated daily. I mean, there's always more to grasp, and now looking at it, you know, more of fitness, health, you know, there's more I could be learning as targeting that way. But yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Anything else?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, do any of you other girls, I think Sarah is just here for moral support. Sarah, I think you're busy and I don't think you really want to talk, do you? I can't even see her. She's like, I think she's driving or something right now. Okay, so please know that if you ever have any questions, you can always, I'm gonna mute you real quick. You can always come to me. You can always post in the group, but I will say this. The only way that you're going to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet is if you do a little bit of research first. So I encourage you to follow this rule, and I encourage you as you enroll your own coaches and they're new to teach them this as well so that you don't feel overwhelmed. But the rule of thumb is ask 3 and then ask me. So check your Coach Online office, check the FAQs in your Coach Online office, Google it, because I'm pretty sure almost every single thing that you need to know, except for maybe how to respond to somebody, is accessible on Google. And then ask in our team group. If you're not getting a response, I'm really accessible, you guys. Like, I probably make myself too accessible sometimes, but know that you can come to me, but also please don't abuse that, because we have almost 80 people on our team. I still do have a family of my own, and I do have to unplug. So do follow the rule of thumb, ask 3 and then ask me. And then if you just really aren't having luck with it, I'm more than happy to help, and I'm always happy to help. But it helps you to learn and be more confident in yourself if you do a little bit of research first too. Okay. All right, cool. So thank you all so much. I'm very excited that 6 of you, we actually had 7 there for a little while, but Jen had some things going on tonight, so I know she was just going to be on as long as she could. But that's a great start, you guys. We have so many new coaches on our team. I'm so excited for this new mentoring call every Tuesday. We are going to do this every single Tuesday so that we can just kind of touch base. I will go over a couple new things in the beginning like I did tonight to help you focus and to shift your focus as you grow along in the business. And then we'll also refocus on maybe how you hit your goals over the week, maybe what you struggled with, and how we can move forward from there, okay? All right, girls. Well, thank you all for taking the time out of your day to be on this call. I appreciate your time very much. And we have our team call tomorrow night. So that will be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. So hopefully I'll see you all there, and I will talk with you soon.